Hey, what's up, everybody? We are going live talking about something that may be ruining your life and you not even know it. Okay. So, if you know what that something is, I want you to type in the chat what you think it is. I'm going to call these conversations that we've been having on live stream, I'm going to call them going deep with Daryl because we're going deep today. Okay. We're going deep. And here's what we're going to talk about. The thing that may be ruining your life and ways that you may be ruining your life and you not even know it is all around decisions. Everyone say decisions. Okay. Go ahead and type that in chat. Hashtag decisions in the chat. Okay. Tell you a quick story. I was talking to a client today and he was struggling with a decision that he was to make. He could go left and make this decision to truly play full out and pursue some goals that was in his heart to pursue, or he could say no and say, I don't really know if I can do that. It's people have been saying it's a recession. I already got a lot going on, so let me just say no because of my fear of inadequacy or my fear of failure or my fear of the times that we live in. And that decision that he was at the crux getting ready to make dictated the direction of his life. I want you to write that down. Decisions dictate the direction of your life. When you are in the middle of making a powerful decision, the voice of fear will always show up in your life. Okay. It will always show up in your life to tell you, don't do it. There's all these reasons of why you shouldn't do it. Oh, the economy. Oh, remember when you failed last time? Oh, you made the decisions and they didn't work out like you thought that they did. And we're going to talk about why powerful decisions that you made in your past didn't work out. Okay. Sometimes it's because it wasn't supposed to, because God has something better in store for you. Other times it's because you made a powerful decision once and you did not follow it with equal powerful decisions. Okay. I'm gonna tell you about a powerful decision I made in my life in hopes that you will gain greater insight in how to make more powerful decisions in your life. Okay. I gotta breathe because this one's vulnerable. Um, when me and my wife were dating, we had our first child, Ava, before we got married. And as Christians, kind of sometimes that's frowned upon, and because we were like shacking up, and we weren't supposed to be. We were supposed to wait till we were married. So we have this daughter, and because I grew up where I didn't see a healthy marriage modeled in front of me, my mother and father were never married. I went back and forth from their house to joint custody, and there's some other stuff. Lots of divorce type of relationships, lots of split families on both sides of my family, and I thought that that was just what I was supposed to do. So I remember when we had uh, our first daughter that there was this opportunity there to live that way. And I remember being like, man, I'm not really sure. My wife is the one. I still want to like explore other options. I mean, she's a good girl and all, but like, I don't know if she's the one. Let me just like date around a little bit more, blah, 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 see if she's really the one. And I'm completely okay with like co parenting. I remember texting her and just being like, hey, here's how this is going to go. I'm like mapping out this joint custody plan. Like, I'm going to have her this week and you're going to have her that week. And it was like completely just normal to me. Like, this is just how we live through life. And if you're in that situation, first of all, there's no shame in that. I'm just sharing something from my personal experience. But one of the reasons why I felt that way is because I was afraid of commitment. We had our first daughter at an early age, and so I felt like I still had my whole life ahead of me. And there was something in my psychology that felt like if I'm just getting emotional because I'm just thinking about my daughter. Because she's downstairs. I think I don't know. I think she knows the story, so it's not the first time she's hearing it. Anyways, um, there was something about my psychology that said, like, only having her on off weeks, like 1 week on, 1 week off, would somehow free me up to really still pursue my dreams. Like, although a child would be like a hindrance, that if I could just go every other week with my wife, who is now my wife, Brittany, that that it would make it easier for me. And I remember talking actually to my counselor about this decision. And I remember early on just talking to her about like all these reasons, and I was still struggling with like these feelings of feeling like, man, uh, I know I already said that I didn't want to be with my wife. Like my it's kind of funny to call her my wife. I was dating her at the time. Her name's Brittany. I know I said I didn't want to be with her. I know I said I'm cool with like the joint custody thing, but something's not right about it. Something's not right. And we dug into that and come to find out that I was afraid of commitment. I was afraid that I wasn't going to be able to still be highly successful while having a child at a young age. I was afraid that I would pick the wrong woman and all this stuff. And I remember her saying to me this statement about my wife. She was like, "Hey, you keep talking about Brittany as if someone's forcing you to marry her. Like, if you don't want to marry her, why are we still talking about her? You already said no and move on." And I said, "Well, I think it's because I feel like I would lose my helper." And in the Bible, one of the words that it refers to the wife as as the helper, right? It's not the only role, so don't nobody hit me with the traditional role hammer. Like technically, and if you know me and my wife, we sure ain't traditional. I'm way more like emotional and like I carry some like a lot of feminine energy that she sometimes don't. We teeter totter back and forth. So, anyways, my point is this: don't come at me like that. So I'm really getting nervous because I didn't anticipate sharing this story. But my point is, she said that to me, and that was the moment really for me that I recognized that I was really making decisions based upon fear rather than based upon faith. Deep down inside, I knew that although we had a child before we were technically ready or expecting to have a child, that this was truly the woman that was for me. And although there was some doubt there and some fear there around like if she's the one or maybe there's somebody like better out there, I knew deep within me that she was the one. And it wasn't until that moment in counseling and consequently a later a vision I had that I recognized that it was really fear of commitment that was keeping me from making a decision that can change my life. Now, fast forward, my wife is completely amazing. Like they say, when you marry someone, like you get the version that they're pretending to be, and then deep inside is who they really are. Well, that is very true for both of us. But what I learned is there was so much more beauty, so much more love, so much more gift, so much more talent inside of her that I didn't even know that was there. And so I got more than what I expected. And oh my gosh, our children are absolutely amazing. Of course, my oldest daughter just so happens to be the most like me. And I can't believe that I was going to create a lifestyle where we were separate like that because I don't even like going a day without seeing her, let alone, a life where we every other week or every 2 weeks or whatever I was getting ready to create. And that's what I want you to know is that your decisions will create your world. Your decisions will create your world. In fact, it will be powerful for you to repeat that out loud and say, my decisions, my decisions create my reality. My decisions create my reality. And so I had already created this reality that was joint custody. And then I made a powerful decision based upon faith that created a new reality for me. Now, here's why some of you make decisions and they don't powerful decisions that create powerful realities, but they don't stay that way. Some of you make that decision and then you don't continue to make decisions from the right space. So I could have done this. I could have made a decision. Oh my gosh, I made the wrong decision. I'm gonna make a powerful right decision. I'm gonna marry her. I'm gonna be a father. We're gonna grow a family together. And then a year into it, I could have been like, man, I don't know if this was the right decision. And then I'm still afraid. I still wonder if there's somebody else out there. And then start allowing life and insecurity to put me in the space of doubt, worry, anxiety. And if you make decisions from a disempowered state, you'll create a disempowered reality. And so that's what happens. A lot of people, they make a powerful decision. Hey, this is the year that I'm going to lose weight. This is the year I'm going to build my business. This is the year I'm really going to do my TEDx talk. This is the year I'm really going to speak. This is the year I'm really going to grow my marriage to a whole nother level. This is the year. Powerful decision, but they don't follow it up with consistent decisions that are equally as powerful. It's not about making a decision one time. It's about making the same commitment over and over and over again. Our marriage is a repetitive commitment. My commitment to my fathering is a repetitive commitment. My commitment to my clients is repetitive commitment. My commitment to my message and the things that I share from stage is a repetitive commitment. Your commitment to your family, your commitment to your business, your commitment to your relationships are repetitive commitments. It's not just something that you say one time, I do at an altar, and then you refuse to go through the tough times. It says for better or for worse. It's not just true for marriage, it's true for every aspect of your life. So ask yourself, in spite of what's going on in our world, and I know that there's real pressures, real fears. I know that, I get it. But what decisions are you going to make? Because I tell you what, no matter how bad the economy gets, no one can take away your ability to decide. And that, according to Maya Angelou, is why the cage bird sings. So I want you to reflect on this. I want you to ask yourself, what is a decision that I need to make? Or what is a decision that I need to recommit to? And if you want to be vulnerable, drop it in the chat. What decision do you need to commit to? Is it a relationship you need to recommit to? Is it a goal you set at the beginning of the year that now it's, August and you're like not even thinking about it anymore because you're just too busy or too stressed or don't have enough money? No, make the decision right now because you still have the power to decide. No one can take that power from you. The government can't take it from you. The freaking environment can't take it from you. Nobody can take it from you. No matter how bad your situation is, you always have the power to decide. So what decision is there for you to make or recommit to? Think about it. Is there a decision that maybe you've been putting off for a long time? One day, someday, when I have more time? We're not getting more time. We don't even know if tomorrow is promised. We don't even know if tomorrow's promised. You're not getting more time. When I have more money? More money? Okay. Didn't you say that about the last thing? Did more money ever come? No, the decision you probably make is probably a decision that's going to bring more money in your life. What decision do I need to make? Or what decision do I need to recommit to? Because my decision shapes my reality. Okay. So I wanted to offer that to you because number one, it was a powerful moment for my client today. Number two, it's a powerful reality for all of us. For me personally, I shared about how the decision to marry my wife, the decision to be a married man, to raise a family was a generational curse breaking decision for me. And that I continue to commit to. I mean, now I'm on my fourth child. I only wanted two. And now I got four. Oh my gosh, 3 girls, 1 boy on the way, due in mid-November. And we thinking about getting a dog. A dog, that's 5 kids. I don't know what's going on with me, but here's what I know. I made a commitment, a decision 8 years ago to marry my wife, to father my daughter, and I'm still making decision over and over and over again because the decisions I make, last point, the decisions I make repetitively become the legacy I leave forever. The decisions I make repetitively becomes the legacy I leave forever. Your decisions shape your reality, and the decisions that you make repetitively become the legacy that you leave forever. So do you want to be remembered for someone who made decisions on faith or decisions on fear? You want to be someone who made decisions to hate or be jealous or be bitter or be unforgiving? Or do you want to be someone who made decisions to be loving, to be forgiving, to be optimistic, to be generous, to be caring? What is your decision? So I hope this causes some powerful reflection for you. And if you're watching the replay, #replay, if this benefited you in any way, go ahead and click that share button. Tag someone you know who likes, loves, needs to hear this. If you're interested in turning your message into a movement, shoot me a DM, message to movement or whatever. Hey, interested in learning more, whatever that is for you. I love to have a conversation to see if you want to join a community of people who are believing in themselves, who are making powerful decisions to change this world, to impact this world for the better, to be the help that they wish they had, to make the change that they desire to see, to be the change in the world that they desire to be. And we do that through speaking on stages like TEDx, on speaking in corporations, associations, colleges, masterminds, entrepreneur events, everywhere where our message is needed. Why? Because messages create movements. So if that's something you're interested in, just hit me up and go out there today and make powerful decisions. All right. Till next time.